Hi, Steve Avellino here. As I mentioned in the first rope flow video on my Road to 70 series, rope flow has a ton of benefits. First of all, the body is moving in three planes of motion, sometimes simultaneously. We're working the spinal engine. We're working joint mobility. The brain has to figure out how to do the patterns. We're working balance and coordination. And if you do it long enough, it's cardio. And I have some students with balance issues who do the rope flow seated, and they're getting their cardio sitting down. So in the first rope flow video, I was pretty much learning the patterns. And now 6 months later, I'm kind of able to put those patterns together in a continuous flow. The most important thing, by using rope flow, I avoided rotator cuff surgery. I had a MRI, was told that I needed rotator cuff surgery. I started doing the rope and I no longer have pain. So whatever I look like in the video, that was a win situation there. So let's take a look, see if I get any better in the last 6 months. I can tell you one thing though, I definitely feel better. Okay, so here I am doing a single arm overhand figure eight, going to an underhand figure eight. So basically just moving around in different directions. My body's moving in three planes of motion. My balance and stability is better. Now we're doing a little skipping just for some bone density work. Notice the rotation in the body, the lateral flexion in the shoulders. Heart rate is starting to go up a little bit. Now the cool thing with the different moves is the brain has to figure it out. A lot of people don't realize how difficult it is until they actually have the rope in their hands. So now lateral movement, doing a bit of a karaoke move just for hip mobility. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video that I've avoided rotator cuff surgery, and this was the move that did that. So when I first started doing this move, the rope was not hitting the ground because my shoulders were so tight. As they loosened up from this movement, the rope now hits the ground every time, and I no longer have shoulder pain. This is called an overhand matador. Just getting rotation and lateral flexion through the spine. Now an underhand race and chase. But for a lot of my students, rope flow was fun. Here we're doing an overhand race and chase while skipping. And just some different movement patterns trying to create a flow. Heart rate is definitely up now. But I'm not getting any pounding on the joints. So once again, balance, coordination, cardio, joint mobility. Now once again, some more bone density work, also working some quick twitch muscle fibers on the jumps. There's an underhand race and chase. And now just moving around, a lot of spinal rotation, lateral flexion of the spine, lots of hip mobility here, but once again, balance, coordination. Okay. So after taking a look at the video, nothing spectacular, but still some improvement. I'm definitely moving better. My balance and coordination is better. And I'm also skipping with the rope, which is going to help with bone density. So all in all, improvement on a number of levels. Also, if I'm doing 20 plus minutes with the rope, my heart rate is pretty much the same as if I was running without the pounding on the pavement. So I can put on a heart rate monitor, check it when I'm doing the rope or check it when I'm running, and it's pretty much identical. But most important, I've avoided rotator cuff surgery. Thank God. Okay, always remember, age is not measured in years. It is measured in lack of motion.